Let's see if this is tolerable. Almost, okay. Welcome to my channel. I am Tabitha Carr. I used to do videos a while back, but I took a break to, I took a break to go to college, and then a lot happened in my life. So I can update you guys about that maybe in another video, but I have really gotten into writing film stories specifically. Also, I have been working on a book as well, and I don't know, I love all of them so much. I love all of my stories so much. I recently finished, it was a road trip script, and I'm pretty proud of it. I am still getting the hang of filming. Stopped filming, so here we go again. Okay, so I finished 2 scripts so far, and the second one that I finished most recently is a road trip film, and it was something that I really had to get off like my chest. It was about my personal life, but I tried to distance it. I tried to, fictionalize it as much as possible, because otherwise it would be too close to home for me and the people in my life. So I am proud of that script, but the first script I ever wrote is definitely still my favorite. So right now I'm at the point where I'm having to write something new, and I got very good as I go through each process of writing a script. I got very good at finishing a script, and now I have to go back and I have to be very good at starting a script, which I haven't done. I want to say it was September of last year. So I mean, that's not really bad. Like, it took me from September to February to write that script. I'm pretty proud of that timeline. I would love for it to be faster, but I'm proud of that. The script that I'm about to start is one that has been needing to be finished for a while now. I started writing it in college, which is the program that I sort of stopped doing YouTube for. I didn't want judgment or perceived judgment, and now with where I'm at in life, I realize that I really need to challenge that and put myself out there. So this is doing that. I am about to start the script back up again, so I've dabbled in outlining it and things like that before. Eventually, you just need to get the story on the page and be done with it and move on to the next one. I work in Pomodoro work sprints, so the way I do them, my timeline is I do 10 minutes on working, 5-minute break, and then I give myself a 10-minute long break whenever the website decides to give me one, which is never frequent enough for those long breaks. So that gives me time in between whenever I have those breaks to go get a drink of water, to go grab some lunch, to stand up, and also to watch YouTube and TV and TikTok. And then the alarm goes off and I can go back to working. So I feel like it helps me balance my life a lot more. I really love those work sprints. So let's get one of those pulled up now. And the website I use is pomofocus.io, and it already has mine programmed in there. So let's get started. Well, my coffee is finally not liquid lava, so that's great. So I would love to say that the first thing that you do whenever you're writing a script is just to open up a new tab and a new document and just type away, and sometimes that is what happens. But right now, since I'm about to write a ghost story, I am going to watch some YouTubers that go ghost hunting, and that is kind of the inspiration for this, without giving too much plot away or things like that. That is the inspiration for this, so I'm going to go and get inspired to then start this work sprint. and I'm really excited. Being inspired is fun. Okay, so I've technically am on my break, but I'm just gonna continue to watch this because this is what I'm doing like for my fun break, but also getting inspired. And I'm watching Olin Rogers' new ghost hunting thing called Haunt Towns. Enjoy. This is pretty silly, but I know other people have this experience, but I have a pretty work notebook, and I got this at like Burlington's, I think, and it's got gold reflective end pages, and then I have marked off like 10 pages like for this is for a book that I'm writing, and each project gets 10 pages assigned to it. Let's see, that's like a social media one, and then short film I was trying to write didn't really work out that well so far. Oh, and then I have some good progress on this one. How do I even describe that one? That's another film that I'm writing about the daughter of the president in a home alone situation. But I have the pretty notebook, which I love, and it's like cushy. So good. I try to keep this like in my purse, and that way I can like take it out and take notes whenever I'm out and about. And then I have a notebook that is just sort of like regular, like a school notebook, if you will. Although this got really crazy because the pen started to bleed through. Oh yeah, those notes from a short film that I actually filmed. Like I was hired as an actor for and didn't have to do any writing on, so that was great. But this is like my brain dump notebook, and then all the pretty concise stuff gets put in here. Now, shall I show you for this project what I have? Nothing. Nothing. We're really starting from a blank slate. Let's see, I can show you some of the notes that I have started. I looked up for this because it's like a paranormal investigation. I looked up, it was like an outline of a book, and I didn't have access to the book, so I just read the outline. But it's talking about the different acts and how they like break down into Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and then the entity and how it's a summation. So basically it's just breaking down horror as a genre. I have that sort of outline. So I literally only have like Act 1, they enter this place. Act 2, they figure out what they're going against and they change tactics, and there's a flashback that gives them context. And Act 3, they figure it out. And that's about all I have. And then I have a premise, some character dynamics. I'm really good at developing characters. Given I'm an actor, I can see through their lens and figure out their dynamics, how they feel about each other, all that good stuff. But writing the actual plot takes a little bit more time to develop, especially with this one. I don't know why. I have a little bit of a block about it, but like I just need to push through, and I think I'll get there. But I've been ruminating on it for so long that I'm really excited to be on the other side of this block. And now I'm talking to you guys instead of actually writing. Okay. I am going to start putting things in brain dumping.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. Can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're smiling.
So I got a little off with my work sprints, so I'm just going to, I go in and do this, you know, it's my time that I'm using. So because I worked through one of my breaks, I'm going to go ahead and give myself, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a break and then come back and do a long sprint. I don't know, for me, the way that I write, I have to see the movie. And if I can't see the movie, then I cannot write. So a lot of it, this sounds so silly, but a lot of the creativity, a lot of the imagination happens in my mind. It doesn't happen by finding it on the page. It is really just me thinking, which I know that sounds so silly because of course it comes from my brain, but some people find it as they're writing it. But me, I have to be able to visually almost watch the movie. So I pretty much operate from the very beginning and work my way to the end. I don't really hop around a lot unless I know that I'm having, like, you know, I hit a snafu and I get snagged on something, then I will kind of maybe write a placeholder scene and then be able to move on, and then I can circle back to that. But it's still very linear how I write. So I was able to actually visualize, which I haven't been able to do so far, visualize kind of how they get there and all that. So next up, I will transfer that over into a plot map of scenes that I need to write. And then I'll decide if I want to continue to brainstorm or if I want to go ahead and write those scenes. Because again, I have to be able to see it. So I often need to just go ahead and write what I already see so I don't lose it. And then after that, I can go back to plot mapping. And then once, it depends on like the workflow I'm in. So then if I'm able to transition and shift gears and go back to brainstorming, sometimes I can keep that going for a long time. But since this is a new project, I think I need to get down on the page a scene or two so it feels like it's starting and I can actually get a word count going, which feels very, you know, it feels good to have words on the page. It feels good to be able to get a word count down, to get a page count. Whenever I was in like my primo, like, you know, hot stuff in college, I was able to write 7 pages a day, which I was really proud of. And actually that's the number that Stephen King gets. So much like Stephen King, I also write 7 pages a day. No, but it really just, it depends on, I've written like 15 in a day. That was whenever I started my last project. That was beautiful. But I've yet to see those numbers again. So I'd say maybe my average since then has been closer to like maybe 3. Yeah. I think 500 words though is like a good minimum. So now I'm gonna go and have my short break. I'm gonna go back and watch that video I was watching, and then I'll get back into it.
This is spooky. Yeah.
We did a little work sprint there and got 105 words. So with the idea of having 500 be our goal, we're 1/5 of the way there. Ignore any mess. It is time to have some lunch because my brain is stopping working. I think I'm just gonna have some Brussels sprouts I don't recommend my eating habits to anybody. It expects me to know what the wattage of my microwave is. I know you can read it. 1800. Right? No. 1,000. I did some water with salt and honey because I'm out of liquid IVs and I need some electrolyte water. Party. A chunk of honey. I mean, it's good, but like, I need that spread out. And while we wait, I might go sit outside. I hardly ever do this during the day. I really should. Look at me. Oh, what a makings of a great day. See, it's like my plants. I just need water. I got a spot. Water and some sunshine. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you saw that, but a bird just to my balcony above my head. Oh, it just said hi. So I have some new dietary restraints that I'm trying to implement for my health. And today I've actually followed like my protocol like pretty well. So basically I'm trying to cut dairy, sugar, carbs, gluten. I think that's it. Like that's nothing. And so I think I've done pretty good today. My coffee had no sugar. The only thing is I had yogurt. That's dairy. So, but it had no sugar other than raspberries. But I think those are okay. Now I'm having Brussels sprouts, which I love. If you have any recommendations for drastically changing your eating habits on their head, I would love to hear it. I know I just gotta like slowly implement it, but I hate it. I ended up writing 893 words, which equates to about 6 pages. So it was way more than I expected to end up writing today. So that's like double what I am usually able to do and was close to what I was able to write in college. So I'm really proud of how much I wrote today. Even though I ended up all my birthday cards. Oh, I ended up taking a really long break for lunch. I don't know. It ended up being like, I don't know, a full hour probably or so. But it just goes to show if you stick with it and you return back to the Pomodoro thing, if you add another 10 minutes, like you can really get a lot of words in that like 10-minute sprint. And a lot of it I was still like, watching videos to be inspired. I was still doing brainstorming. So it was actually really impressive that I was able to get that word count despite all the sort of factors and just now starting. So I will take it. I ended up going on a nice, I think it was a pretty short walk. I went on like a 15-minute walk to my leasing office and back, and that was nice to be able to get outside. And there were so many neighbors out and about, and like there were like kids out and about, and I don't know, after COVID and everything where like you just don't see a lot of people, you don't see a lot of neighbors, it was really refreshing to kind of feel like normal life again. Like there was even one kid like driving a Barbie Jeep, and I definitely had one of those growing up. It's the best thing. I am probably going to end this here. I'm glad to be dipping my toes back into filming again. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll go from here and figure it out. Not every day is going to be like a writing day. There's days where I'm going to be doing more acting focused thing, which I probably should have done some emails today. Productive Wednesday, hump day over. Tomorrow's my Friday. I'm here for it. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye. And here is my reward. I'm gonna lay in bed until my boyfriend gets home. Then we're gonna go to Walmart and I have to pick up prescriptions. But for now, rest.